Hey everyone, this is Richard Tolan with Perpetual Reality. In this short video, we're going to go ahead and run through how to install the Reality Framework solution to your SharePoint site collections and get it to pull down the CDN code that we've just pointed the site collections to. If you're curious about how to set up the CDN, or you're curious about how to configure your SharePoint sites to point to the CDN and gather the files from it, feel free check back to our other videos in the series. This is part 3 or step 3 in the series where we're going to install a solution to the SharePoint site collections, and we'll do that firstly by downloading the preferred version. Let's go discuss the versions that are available for you. Perpetual Reality offers 3 different installation methods. The preferred one, honestly our most used solution style, is actually a WSP solution that's leveraged in the solutions gallery. These are zero footprint installs, so they don't do any code, they don't use any resources out of your sandbox solutions gallery. So none of the points that are allocated to a site collection are going to accumulate with our solution. But that is by far our most popular installation method. That's what we'll be installing today as well. The Reality Solutions Framework, the Reality Framework Farm solution is the next most easy installation. This deploys to a farm, and we'll discuss that in our next demo video. The Reality Framework add-in is also available if you have a formalized app store, and largely we're finding, many people don't, but it's up to you. And then if you would like to pursue our paid tooling, our forms tool, or some of our brand components, lots of our feature elements, those are available as well from the Reality Tools section. You can click more here for learn how to subscribe to those tools. They're subscription-based tooling. For our installation today, we're going to go through the Reality Framework Solutions Gallery option. So I'm going to click Download here. As the file downloads locally, it is a WSP package. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. What I want to do is go to my SharePoint Online site collection. This also works for SharePoint On-Prem. I'll go ahead and open that folder. But on my SharePoint site collection, I want to go out to the Site Settings and into the Solutions Gallery over here. Web Designer Galleries Solutions Gallery. This is commonly referred to as the Sandbox Gallery. However, it's been around for a long time, and our solution it's declarative custom actions that are contained in the WSP package. So there's no code execution happening. It's all declarative solutioning. Very similar to what we're finding in the SharePoint framework. This actually aligns very well with the SharePoint framework, but distributes your code everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the solution. It's going to ask me to browse for the file. I'll jump straight to my downloads file, where we'll grab that WSP package. I'll say open. If I had one, I would say overwrite, but I don't have anything obviously in my solutions gallery here. It's going to say this shouldn't take long. I'll go ahead and activate. Now, prior to activation, please ensure that you've set up your property bags to point to the right CDN location. What this will do is this part of the client-side code construct is code injection and JavaScript manipulation of the DOM. That's a lot of what we're seeing in solutions development today, and the Reality Framework is built on that paradigm. That means that what we do is we hide the ASP.NET form for a span of 10 seconds by default. And if your CDN is pointed to the right location, your page will unlock a lot faster. Otherwise, it'll fall back to the 10-second default, which means something's gone awry in your property bag configuration for the site collection. Feel free to reach out. We'll walk you through it. Check the user guide again. We do have the quick install guide that's available here. If I scroll down underneath the CDN Starter Pack, recall there is the quick install guide. We do have the product overview, but details on your solutions, on your property bag options and configuration elements are listed in detail in the quick install guide. Double check those settings if you see it delay for the 10-second ASP.NET form painting in your browser. So I'll go ahead and click activate here. In our previous session, we've already configured our property bag settings. On clicking activate, you'll notice it went ahead and refreshed, and it showed me, it painted my canvas for me. In order to double check that we do have the Reality Framework configured correctly, we can hit F12 to ensure in the DOM Explorer a few things. The Reality Framework is actually going to register several scripts that it's leveraging in a section of the DOM that it builds for itself. One here called Reality Artifact Repo Depot. It leverages this DOM as a hidden div section where it will build some form elements, some page elements, some styles in JavaScript, HTML5, CSS3 compliant components. A lot of those activities are going to go into the DOM here, but it's a good trigger for you to know that it has been built correctly. What you'll look for is this in this Reality Artifact Depot. Jump down to the root artifact URL library. This should point to either a CDN location of your choosing, this should point, this root artifact URL should point to the CDN location that you've configured in your document, in your SharePoint Designer property bag options. The core components being your CDN host site and CDN host library. So look to those property bag components. In this specific page, there is a CDN override where we specifically told it to look at the CDN location on RealityFramework's CDN. So again, this is coming out of our Azure Edge CDN client for our demo here. But in our property bags, just because it was pointed to this URL as the site host, this as the library location. You'll notice the subdom artifact library also is pointed to artifact repo host subdomain. That aligns with the core components in our library, our document library for your CDN. The files that were contained within your CDN starter pack, if you recall on Perpetual Reality's website, the CDN starter pack included a folder that is your artifact repo subdomain folder. In our previous examples, we've explained that that can be leveraged to, say, accommodate unique styles between maybe, say, a legal division, an HR division, a finance division, or specific fully unique domain names between your specific web applications. Again, all attributable, no. Now, assuming that your site collection, we'll go back here. Now, assuming that your property bags are wired up and everything is fully functional, you should also be able to double check and make sure that you're getting the ent-ecma core func include, as well as the ent-ecma func-lib and include. These are the core two files that come from your CDN construct, and from there branch out to everything else that is your CDN code. The include file walks you through each individual code component you want to include in your SharePoint footprint everywhere throughout everything that is your ecosystem. Your func-lib is a common place for storing supporting functionality that is enterprise-wide distributable. Your Forge and your Foundry are intended for the Foundry being a place where you'll build your defined functions for application functionality, and the Forge where you will deploy that application functionality to your end users. Likewise, you'll also see down here a Reality.Tools.FORGE and Reality.Tools.FOUNDRY. These are core components where we inject the subscription-based tooling. So provided you have a subscription-based license for, say, our forms tool or our branding tools, and many of other feature sets and web parts, those are how it picks up on your license and moves you into that license subscription construct. That's it. You're done. It was that easy. Install that WSP solution to your solutions gallery and click the activate button, and you are all set, ready to go. If you've got any questions, again, feel free to reach out. Any of our technical staff, our leader staff that's listed on the website can help you with any of the issues that you may come across. We're always willing to help out. In our next set, we can also talk about the Reality Framework Farm solution. The Farm solution is deployed a little bit differently, and let's go ahead and illustrate that here. To do so, I'm going to click the download button. This is a little different than the solutions gallery. It comes down with a RealityFramework.Farm WSP. We'll click Save. We'll go ahead and view the downloads. When the downloads are finished, let's go ahead and see that Farm WSP file. Similarly, we'll jump back to Central Administration. And in Central Admin, we'll go ahead and upload this farm. This can easily be done with PowerShell as well, or in the UI, you pick your poison. But the farm solution is a little bit different in its activation. The WSP package and the add-in, the solution gallery, it's a little bit, the farm solution is a little bit different. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start back to Central Admin here. And go to what is the system settings? No, because we said that's it, you're done, right? So now that the Reality Framework is installed, we want to go ahead and talk about what came with it. We installed the WSP package to the Solutions Gallery. Included in the Solutions Gallery are 4 features. The Solutions Gallery installation method includes all 4 features and activates all 4 features at once. The core difference between that and the farm solution is that only 2 of the features activate at the same time, or at solution deployment time. And we'll illustrate those here. So if I go to the Site Collection Features under Site Collection Administration, I want to go ahead and grab Site Collection Features, where we'll show you which of the 4 features were activated. They're all under Reality Framework. If you scroll down, you'll see Reality. So Reality Artifact Core Inclusion is where we pull down the Reality Artifacts Core Include file. Reality Artifact repository definition is the derivative that reads the property bags and tells your site collection where to go get the CDN files from. The Reality.Tools.FORGE and Reality.Tools.FOUNDRY, again, are the wire-ups for our subscription-based tooling that upon purchase of a license will allow those tools to easily stream into your browser for you or your users' browsers based on the subscription. Again, all 4 of these features activate at deployment time when you activate the Sandbox Gallery solution or the Solutions Gallery solution. The difference being in a farm scenario, the farm activation does not immediately activate all 4, it only immediately activates 2. From the farm solutions perspective, it will activate the primary 2 for the core include and the library definition. So this and this become web application scoped features that will activate at default. One to tell every web application where the CDN lives, the next to look up and pull down its include file stack to start the CDN declaration into the page and inclusion into the page.